It changed our lives. It changed our lives.
A fire devastated this community decades ago. Tonight, one woman shares her amazing story of survival.
The news continues on WCIA 3 News, your news leader.
A fire 63 years ago changed the face of one city. St. Anthony's Memorial Hospital burned and 77 people died. It's a part of our town, Effingham's history that will never be forgotten. WCIA-3's Amanda Portfield is here with one survivor story, and it is touching.
Jennifer, this was such a major fire. It made news across the country. The impact can be felt through the town and in those who are still here to tell their story.
It changed our lives. It changed our lives.
There were some brave people in the St. Anthony's maternity ward that night, and Anita Seidner was one of them.
I was having contractions, and so I came. My husband brought me to the hospital, and during the night, something woke me up. I think an angel tapped me on the shoulder.
She woke up to smoke and flames that filled the entire building, but something led her down the hall to make a life-changing choice.
I went into a room across the hall where there were two other ladies in there, and we decided we couldn't wait, so we jumped.
Out of a window in this building with flames surrounding her, Seidner landed several floors down and was knocked unconscious. 77 people died that night. Although Seidner lived, she lost.
Personally, I lost a son. And I often wonder, I missed him growing up. It was hard for me to ride in an elevator. For years, if we went someplace, I wouldn't go above the first floor.
It took decades for Seidner to come back to St. Anthony's, but the halls she walks today are much different from those 63 years ago. The hospital was rebuilt in 1954. Since then, it's gone through 5 major renovations. Much of it in memory of a nurse whose picture hangs in the maternity ward.
She was an angel.
She was there that night and never left. Riley was a nurse in the maternity ward, and when the fire started, she decided to stay and protect the babies instead of saving herself.
She went to save her babies and passed away in the fire. Heroic is the only thing you say. She loved her babies, as she called them.
It's a story George Meddy has heard many times in the last 6 decades. He moved into town just weeks after the fire and says he's seen Effingham grow and change a lot.
I have often wondered if we had not had the fire, would we have this building here?
One that's gone from 100 to 900 employees that care for patients using state-of-the-art medical equipment, all parts of a memorial hospital that remembers the past to keep moving forward.
Some may refuse to talk about it, but we look at it as out of the ashes rose the hospital that you're in right now.
There's always something good that comes out of something bad, and there's been a lot of good come out of this. I grew closer to God, and I think we all did. And I think it brought the community together. And I'm at peace.
Now, another part of this story, Jennifer, is that this fire changed fire codes all across the country. There was a national hospital survey, and it investigated that every hospital in 50 or more states, or I'm sorry, 50 hospitals in 48 states. And that survey showed that 90% of hospitals across the U.S. were unsafe.
And so codes changed, and they're all safer because of what happened in Effingham. All right, thank you so much, Amanda.